Welcome back to The Experience. Today my guest is Stalekracker. Thank you for coming on, sir.
Man, what a pleasure to be down here with you and hanging out with you. I've been watching your podcast, and it's a pleasure to be on it.
Well, I appreciate you watching it, and I've been watching you, man, and you're doing a lot of good for Louisiana.
Yeah, it's everything happens by an accident, and just promoting the Cajun culture, and it took off, and I'm just excited to be from Louisiana and to put Louisiana on the map. I travel all over, and Louisiana has some negativity about it, and
Yes,
it's a lot of positive that my channel is bringing to people and giving them that Cajun experience, if you know what I mean.
Am I pronouncing it right? Labadieville?
Labadieville. Yep, that's where I'm born and raised. Bayou Lafourche, Assumption Parish, on the bayou, dude.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So have you moved to any other places in your previous work? Because you were a state trooper for 20 years,
That's
correct?
Right. That's right.
Thank you for your service. Or did you always live in that area?
So I was born and raised in Labadieville, and then I went to college. I played 1 year at Nicholls State, a little baseball.
Yep.
Then I went to Southwest Mississippi Junior College, played a little ball up there. That's where I met my beautiful wife. And we moved back to my hometown and my house that I was born and raised in. And we had two beautiful kids, and we stayed there to 2008. And when Hurricane Gustav took our house, she said, it's time to move back to Redneckville.
Right.
And then we moved back north, and that was a wrap after that. But I did about 5 years of service out of Troop C in Houma.
Okay.
And then I moved troops to Troop L in Mandeville, where I did pretty much the rest of my time.
Gotcha. After, what did you feel like before, like everything happened in your life, like the shift? Were you kind of like getting, were you wanting to do something else? Like, I mean, like, was this something that you thought about while were you servicing, or?
Absolutely not. I think that's the problem today. People look at certain influencers or social media superstars, and I don't call them. I'm just me. I don't.
You get paid for being yourself.
It is what it is. But I think people look at it and they try. I didn't try.
Right.
COVID hit. We weren't locked down. And I said, no, I'm not going to be locked down.
Right.
I'm going to cook. I'm going to have my friends and family over. We're going to drink. We're going to ride four-wheelers. We're going to shoot guns.
Cajun style. We're
going to enjoy it. We're entertainers. Cajuns, growing up, my grandpa, Cajuns are entertainers, and that's what we did. And all of a sudden, man, I didn't have no social media. And I was like, TikTok, what is that? That's garbage.
Yeah.
And my little girl cheers at Nicholls right now, and she was on a competition cheer, and they had TikTok, and every time I'd have to watch, I had to look at somebody else's phone. So I get TikTok, and TikTok knows what you like.
Yeah.
So they know what you like.
They listening.
Yeah. So I'm looking. I start seeing these Cajun cooks. I'm like, bro, this dude from Alexandria, they ain't no dang Cajun cook. Mm-hmm. I was like, so I went to a little party, and they cooked some shrimp that didn't peel, and that would kick me off. That was my first video.
That's a sin right there.
Oh, dude! So I worked 3 summers on a shrimp boat out of Fouchon with a guy, and he said one day, look, I ain't got no money to pay you. He said, take them shrimp home, ball that. He said, you know how to ball them shrimp? I said, man, yeah, I'm 18, dude. I can ball shrimp.
How many pounds was it?
Oh, about 30.
Oh, nice.
And he said, he's like, no, tell me how. I said, well, I'm going to put my seasoning in the water. He said, I'm effed up now. Mm-hmm. He said, look,
started off wrong.
You need to ball that in fresh water, 60 seconds, kill a ball, put ice, put frozen corn, then add your seasoning. So that was my first video I made. And, we were hydrated, motivated. I slammed that paddle. It's on TikTok. I went to bed. My video before that got like 3 views. I put that video out. I woke up to 1.3 million views. I said, oh, I went viral, mama. And my wife, I call my wife mama. That's how Cajuns do. People think that's weird, but we call everybody mama. I said, mama, what do we need to do? She said, well, make another video. So I did soft shell crab. It hit. I did gumbo. It hit. And the next thing, within a month, I got 1.5 million followers. And I said, my grandpa.
All TikTok or like?
Just TikTok. So the only thing I had right there. And then, so I said, man, my grandpa had a Cajun seasoning, and if you had it on the can itself, it gives a tribute to him. And we knew what he put in it, so I went back to my daddy, I went back to my uncles, and we kind of recreated as best we could because he's dead and gone.
Correct. And he didn't leave any.
Yeah, he wrote it down on his hand. That's where he wrote it at.
Yeah, directions.
Yeah, and so we gave tribute to him because growing up in Labadieville, he was the Cajun cook.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the word kunas.
Yeah,
kunas. And you can look it up. Don't be a fool. Look it up. Google it.
Yep.
And
educate yourself, right?
Educate yourself. Education yourself.
Yeah.
So we got Kunast out of Canada a long time ago. Where we come from France, Canada,
French. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we end up down.
Cajun French.
Yeah. We took a boat all the way to the end of the Gulf, and we stopped and caught crawfish, and we lived. But we had these big hunting clubs, 200-300 members, and my grandpa was the cook, and I was with him at all time. And he was a county agent, was kind of like a traveling vet right now.
Yeah.
And they didn't have that back then. So I went with him every day, and then we cooked at these fairs and festivals, crackling competitions, and just grew up. I call myself a big pot cooker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna cook for you and your wife. It ain't
Right,
gonna be
yeah.
good.
You know, I've noticed from all your videos, you're cooking for the masses.
That's it.
Which is hard to do.
Depending. It's hard to start off like that, you know? And
it seems like you were kind of getting trained like that from scratch, though. Like learning how to boil a pot of shrimp. It's like, that's not for 2 people. That's for like at least 3 or 4, you know, maybe 5, 30 pounds.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And so social media took off, and also, man, we're gonna make this seasoning. And we got these seasoning companies reaching out, hey, I could do it. And you know, and I got with my wife and got with my manager right now, and I said, we could do this on our own. And we did it. We took a leap of faith. And you know why this worked? Because every goal I had was so, I call it a weak goal. I said, maybe if I just make $1,000 a month.
Gotcha.
Blew that out the water.
Right.
But I think if I went in there and said, I'm about to do this and I'm going to conquer this, it would have never worked, because we just did it to be authentic. And it just, people saw it.
Well, you set short-term goals, and then you were crushing them, obviously.
Because you didn't know what to expect. I had nothing to do. You know what I mean? No social media, and you can't, all right, I want 2 million followers. Boom, I hit that. Then what's next? What's next?
Well, I mean, you believed in yourself enough to like create a brand, right? You know, and I mean, at that time, like, was that something you were like, hey, you know, I mean, obviously, I don't know. A lot of people haven't experienced like that kind of following overnight, right? So that's like an overnight sensation. Like when you woke up from that, were you like, hey, I think I have something here? Was it like that kind of feeling, or were you like manifesting that in your head to where, because clearly you've been cooking for people at this point, right? That's what got you started.
Right.
You developed the seasoning and started like pushing it out to see what people would say.
Right. One thing I knew from social media, it's a short-term live life.
Correct. Got to capitalize on it.
It's a peak and it's down.
Yes, sir.
While we peaking, we come out with a brand that could be there forever.
Correct.
Maybe 50 years from now, 100 years from now, they'd be like, look, that's my non-crack right there. Got that seasoning still in the stores. He's dead and gone, but
been around for 50 years.
That's character right there, and that's him, and that's what I want to build.
Tradition and culture.
Boom. So short. You know, social media is short term, and you know, you go up, you go down. Look at everything else, and people move on to the next. But while it's up there, come out with something, but you got to come out with something good.
Yeah. Even
something that somebody don't even know who you are, tried it, they're like, oh, this is good. Who is that?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think your grandpa, you know, Lord rest his soul, he kind of gave you like that bone, so to speak, right? And then you took that and you said, this is something, and you recreated it as your own,
right?
Because you are a brand, and it's a great brand, you know. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure when you were going through all the trials with that, like, I mean, how many times did you like make a bag of that stuff before you were like, this is money, dude? Like, how many times? Like, you know, because it's, people don't realize, like, you are working as what you do every day. It's not like a regular 9 to 5. People like, oh, he's probably got it made. Well, dude, he's working every day. He's putting out content, videos, production. It's a big fucking deal, you know? So I don't think people get that part on top of making this beautiful ingredient, right?
Right. What I'm glad you said that. A lot of my, even friends, family, fans, man, you only make a 7-minute video. What you do the rest of the day?
Sure.
No, that's a lot goes into a 7-minute video. Might be
might have took 2 weeks to prepare.
That's right. Back to the season, and not knowing anything, you can't go to a season company with a Ziploc bag and say, I made this in my bathroom.
Correct.
That ain't gonna work.
Right.
And so we had to work, you know, just learning.
Chemist
and make sure what's in it, and it's all good ingredients. And boy, we got the first season, and I'm gonna tell you, it's a funny story. I went to the seasoning company and I said, I went there, they didn't know who I was. I'm not going to say no names. I said, look, I want to order 10,000 cans. They said, you sure? It's going to cost you $30,000. I said, all right, I know. I've been catching a few catfish.
Yeah,
you know, I've been selling some fillets. I'm good. You know, I've been running some crawfish traps. I'm good. So we launched the seasoning on a Friday. We sold 10,000 cans in 2 days. Me, my wife, in a Ziploc bag, packing it, bringing it to the UPS. Bringing it to the postal service in the back of my truck.
That was people buying it on the internet.
Online when I launched it. Like, look, y'all wanted it. I've been talking about the Cajun two-step, which was my grandpa did a little dance. He had his seasoning. He would do the little Cajun two-step and boom, it popping in your dish. But he was a character though.
Right.
So at these competitions, he would go around and taste your gumbo. That's bland. He put it in his pocket and pop it in your dish. And he was a character. And
like the guy with the salt,
the salt beer.
Yeah, you know.
So it just grew from there. And so I went back to that seasoning company on Tuesday. This is a Friday or Tuesday.
Huh.
I walked in the door. I said, look, I need 30,000 cans. I need 100,000 cans.
Holy shit.
You know what they told me? I thought we'd never see you again.
Right.
Because they didn't know
the
power of social media. I didn't know it. I thought 10,000 cans, I was good for a year.
Did you have to build like a facility or like what? Like how are y'all operating nowadays?
So we had them that facility couldn't keep up with the demand.
Gotcha.
So we moved to right here in Harahan.
Which are problems people don't realize when this starts happening. When you're blowing up, it's like, hey, it happens fast. And
you know, so I moved to Harahan right here with Southern Blenders, and this guy knew who I was. He was a fan. He said, you grow, I'll grow. Whatever you need, I'll buy. Whatever you do, we do. We're going to do it together, and we're going to build an empire.
Hell yeah.
And we got some big contracts, you know.
Y'all been doing it. Y'all in Academy, Walmart.
4,600 Walmarts, Academies, Rouse's, Winn-Dixie's, Albertsons. And we're putting a footprint down right now because you know why? It ain't about social media. It ain't about me. It's a good seasoning.
Right.
It's good.
It's a good product. It's a good product.
And one thing I do growing up cooking, you know what complaints are on other seasonings, other hot sauces, you take that complaint and you build yours where that complaint won't be there. And that's what I've done, and it's been successful. And I got 17 products right now. In 3 years, 17 products: fish fry, hush puppies, hot sauce, money dip, a gumbo pack.
First one was the two-step.
First one was the OG Pawpaw two-step.
Hell yeah! I was literally that was gonna be like my last question of the night. Because you know, I mean, obviously, I'm in the same field as you, so to speak, and it's like, man, you're thinking of a brand and developing these products. But like with you, it's like you develop something that people eat. So it's like, do you feel like now you don't need to refine it or it stays the same? Or like, how does that work? Because this is a different level. Like now you're selling to millions of people.
Right.
Like you have an official line.
Right. You don't mess with works. And it works. Gotcha. And we see repeat customers over and over again. So you're not going to mess with it. But you see what lacks in certain departments and you go for it, you know?
Well, people don't take pride in anything anymore. Like, I mean, you know, like if you're going to create a product like that, I mean, you got to put your heart and soul into it. Clearly it's got yours, your grandfather's, your family's, you know, people, you know, they want to be influencers and they want to do all this like cool shit, but nobody wants to put the work in. Like that sounds like a lot of work right there.
Oh, it's a lot. And on the backside, you're still hunting and fishing and making videos and cooking videos and traveling and doing these events and festivals.
Well, I see you like to do a lot of events and festivals. Is that something that you thought was going to happen per se, or like with the brand?
The first gig I had was with Malcolm Reed, which is a big barbecue guy. He calls us.
Nice. Yes.
He goes, I'm going to pay you this to come to my event. I said, you going to pay me?
What?
Oh, Lord. I was like,
that was the first paid gig like that?
That was the first paid gig. I was like,
what?
And you going to get a hotel room? And you going to, oh, dude.
That's big, dude.
It is. And I met with him and he goes,
paying for your time.
And look, he's a great guy and he gave me some great advice. He sat down with me. He says, you special. Mm-hmm. And not special ed. That's not what he meant. He said, you special. People are addicted to the Cajun culture and you have it. You live there. You're born on the bayou. You a coon ass. Something I don't have.
You're making it cool.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to smash a beer with Stalekracker and arm wrestling. I'm telling you. I just went to an event in Illinois to arm wrestle 1,000 people. That's all they want to do is drink a beer and arm wrestle.
Yeah.
And have fun. That's what it's about, is making cooking fun again. I don't care if it's Cajun cooking. Enjoy it. I don't care if you like your steak rare, medium rare. I didn't pay for your steak. Eat your steak and cook your food how you like.
Right.
And that's how my channel. Don't use I've never told anybody on my channel, buy my seasoning. This is what I use. I think it's good.
Right.
This is where it's at. I'll tell you where to find it. But I won't be like, this is the best one. Buy it. I have never told anybody to buy anything.
You showcase it.
That's it.
You showcase
what I
it.
use.
Like in that, I think watching many of the videos, especially the soft shell crab, I'm like, damn, it looks like so real. Ooh. You could like pull it through the damn computer.
That's so good.
And I mean, that's the thing, man. Like, are you a legit chef now, would you say? Or I mean, it's all classically trained by grandpa and family.
It's cook. I don't call myself a chef. I'm just a cook.
Yeah.
I just enjoy cooking, and I can put it together and have fun with it. Nobody knows what that food tastes like on the other side of the camera, but it looks good.
Yeah.
But we go to these events and we cook for thousands of people.
Correct.
And everybody enjoys it, you know?
Well, that's what I was going to, that was one of my questions. Like, what kind of fulfillment is that? Because it seems like, you know, like, do you have a ton of charities, or like, I know you do a lot of work, excuse me, for the kids. Like, how many like foundations or charities have you started since you've...
Yeah, so we work with St. Jude. We do a couple events for them, and then we do Next Op Vets every year here in New Orleans, and it's for the Army-Navy game. We cook and donate all the money to the veterans.
Okay.
And what they do is find jobs for veterans, so that's a good organization. And this new organization I'm working with, Southern Outdoors Unlimited, took my heart.
Nice.
It takes for granted what me and my kids do every day is to walk out there and climb in that tree stand and shoot a deer.
Right.
These kids are handicapped, they're terminally ill, they're in wheelchairs.
Okay.
And this organization buys these track chairs for these kids so they can go across the creek and put them in the stands. And these kids might be the only hunt they ever make. You know what I'm saying? And boy, when I got in that, I said, boy, I'm taking for granted what me and my kids do every day. And that's where the Infinity Barrel comes from. My whole goal was to actually auction off gallons of it and raise money to get these kids chairs. But ATC said I can't do that. I can't. So we're going to find another way. I don't even want to get into that.
Oh, yeah, right on. Yeah.
Buffoonery, bedazzling.
Well, right. They're always trying to stop us from doing something good, right?
Well, I mean, I understand there's laws and limitations on alcohol.
Correct.
I mean, if it be something else different, I understand it. But I just thought I was doing something good. But I'm going to make good out of it, I promise you.
Well, I think you are, man. And I think your heart's in the right place. And, you know, since I've, you know, been told about you and discovered you from everybody here, shout out Ty Due, it's like, this dude's a lot like me, or like the kind of thought process you have about like giving back.
Right.
I'm not cooking for the masses, but I feel like I'm hopefully helping a lot of people with like these experiences, having you on and hopefully spreading that kind of love. Like, I'm sure, like, what's the most people you cooked for at one event?
I think about 1,500, 2,000 people. But I've done bigger events with help. Definitely. We've done
for sure
30, 40,000 pounds of crawfish.
Oh, yeah.
But to circle back to what you said is how do you get up every day, go to work and do this? And it's simple. It's this cell phone. It's this stuff people don't see, these messages that handicapped kids might send to me, kids that are getting bullied. You know, you got veterans that are going through stuff, and they say, "Look, I watch your videos, or I'm going through drug rehab, and you got me through it." Or I got one the other day, said, "I laid in the hospital, I had cancer, I couldn't eat. I watched your videos to get an appetite. You saved my life." People don't see that. I could care less what you think. I don't care what you comment.
Right.
One comment like that a month will keep me going forever. Yeah. And when I go to these events and I hug these kids and I shake hands and I give them their first crawfish of their life, their Cajun experience, and they smile and they say, "Don't crack, break another paddle, throw another thing." I'm good. It makes me smile inside, and I could care less what anybody else thinks. And as long as I get those comments, and as long as I keep going with that, I will not go nowhere.
You creating experiences for people, man. Like, what's that feel like, having that kind of influence, like being yourself and like creating these, you know, slogans and phrases? Like, is that like normal now, or are you still kind of like, oh, this is wild?
I don't know. I come up with some crazy stuff right off the dome, you know, off the dome, send it home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I just enjoy it, and it's more to it than what people just see on a 7-minute video. Oh, he's foolish, he's drinking, he's doing this, he's jumping around. But there's way more to it that you'll never see that I see, and that's all that matters is what I see. Nobody cares what you see. Right. You know, just get involved in it and do something good in your life. Don't worry about my life.
Exactly. How many platforms are you on at the moment?
TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Right.
Little Snapchat.
Yeah, little Snapchat.
Get you in trouble, snap a chatter.
Well, I mean, obviously, for people that are thinking about being an influencer like yourself or myself, entrepreneur, all platforms, right? I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I'm trying to do.
When they ask for advice of how to build it, put content out and put it everywhere. Right. Keep flooding it. Put it. Right.
So that's a question, like, for this, you know, episode, it's like I want to get more in depth on how is the day in the life of Stalekracker, because a lot of people probably go, "Oh, that guy, you know, he's famous. He doesn't have to work anymore. But people don't realize that this is not a 9 to 5 also. Everybody thinks going into business for yourself is it's easy. It's actually the opposite. So tell us a little bit about the day in the life of Stalekracker.
Well, the lifestyle is we have a seasoning company, and we run it out of Kentwood, Louisiana.
Okay.
And
shout out.
We have a studio where we make our videos, but we travel on the weekends and we do events, and we're a people person. We're not scared. We go out there and we shake hands and we cook for people and we do our thing. Daily life is we come in there. I work out a little bit, you know.
I see that. I see the guns blazing.
I hit a little bit in the morning, and I make sure everything in the seasoning company is rolling. And then my boy Jacob comes over, and we might film a little cooking, and then we go have fun after that, you know.
Dude, right. So why the wig?
What wig?
Oh, well, you had a wig, didn't you?
Why check this flow out, dude? Yeah, hold on, let me take.
I know you got the coif in there. Okay, that's the real deal. Holyfield,
look at that, dude. I'm sticking in a snicker on the hair, dude.
I like the sideburns. I like the.
I got them cut back, dude.
Do you
back to the wig. Let me cut you right there. So the first video I made, back to the shrimp thing. Me and my wife were cocktail one night, and I had an old Cadillac. I said, order me a Joe Dirt wig. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna ride around in my Cadillac, and I'm gonna have me a little beanie on, and it's gonna be awesome. So 3-4 days later, I checked the mail. I was like, who ordered this? I thought it was a merkin. You know what a merkin is, huh? You know what a merkin is? It's an artificial pubic wig that women back in New Orleans used to wear if you ordered her with hair or without hair.
That's wild.
Google that, boy. All right, it's a merkin, artificial pubic wig.
No shit.
You can always learn something from Don't Crack.
Oh, dude.
So anyway, back to that. So I put that, I had the glasses, I had the overalls, and I put the wig on. And that video blew up.
Right.
I did another video without it. People were like, who's this guy? Who's this joke?
Huh.
And I was like, all right. So we made them other videos, what I'm saying, the soft shell crab. And I was like, well, dude, at the time, I'm a state trooper. I'm out there on the road in uniform. And my boss come to me. He said, look, I see your little channel. It's cute. It's cute.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really like it, but it's cute. If you keep continuing to wear the wig and the glasses and hiding your identity, you could do it.
Right. Until
it got too big and I was starting to get identified.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even with a buzz cut. So that, and time goes on, and then, things happen for a reason.
Correct.
I got in the incident off duty, and I got fired.
Right.
For breaking policy.
Right.
Not breaking the law.
Right.
Breaking policy. And I'm sitting here thinking, they sent me home and I thought the world had ended. And I'm sitting there, I was like, man, what all the other troopers have done on duty, behind the badge, still got their job. There's more to it than this. There's more to it. Hired a lawyer. A
little bit of politics.
Yeah. Well, good and bad politics will get you.
Good old
social media get you both ways. Now, it made me what it is, and it broke me. But they thought it was going to break me. But I didn't stop, because you know why? My heart is good, and I kept continuing, because those messages I was getting on that phone kept me going.
Yeah.
That dude that realized, hey, I was about to blow my head off last night, had the gun in my mouth, and I watched your video, and I didn't do it. And I want to just reach out to you and thank you. I'm going through this. I'm going through that. And you made me laugh, dude. You broke a paddle. You said this word or something. And, I was in a dark place. And I said, I'm just going to keep doing me.
Right.
Got me a lawyer. Brought it to the thing. They're like, I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. And the colonel called me. The new colonel called me and says, don't say this, but I'm going to say it. He says, I can't say we falsely fired you. I can't say it.
Right.
We got to protect state police.
Yeah.
I said, that's cool. Why don't you just tell them the facts? Tell them what really happened. Oh, no, the lawyer said this and the lawyer said that. I said, I'm going to take the high road. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take my licks, give me what I deserve. And what they did, they paid everything back.
That's beautiful.
Gave me my retirement. Gave me an opportunity to come back to work with a clean slate.
Oh, wow.
I came back for 2 weeks, and then I retired. Nice. And then I went do what I think my calling was, education. And I went out there and I do good stuff. And I'm not tooting my horn. I could care less about my horn. It's not that loud.
I see what you're doing, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it's hard to, it really, I don't like to talk about it, because it's like, am I tooting my horn? But you are doing good stuff.
No,
and
you are. Yeah. Well, you're a good person, man. Not everybody thinks like that. So remember that. I had to learn that the hard way. Not everybody wants the best for people. So
I went ahead, and then they let me retire, and I retired, and I'm going to draw a check. And, but life goes on. There's a bigger picture.
For sure.
And, people try to hold you back. And I could have went to a dark place. I could have, I could have ended it. I could have never got on social media again, but I stayed there. And I looked at the bad comments because there's only one side of the story. Mm-hmm. My side of the story got facts.
Yep.
And my story is public records. You can go to Louisiana State Police and you can get it from the Wildlife and Fisheries. You can do whatever you want. I got the facts.
Yep.
Everybody else got speculation and percolation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan said never read the facts. I mean, the comments, because, people just talk shit, man.
Oh, that's all it is. That's their little...
Keyboard warriors.
You got all these people talking that smack, but you travel. I travel everywhere, thousands of people.
Yeah.
And nobody talk smack yet.
Right.
But, I call them keyboard warriors in their mama's basement. And, I think these people were on the fence about me. Or I thought, one thing about it is I think it's a lot of them that do the same thing I do.
Right.
But it just didn't work. And they just jealous.
Yeah, well, I literally was going to say that, man. Like, I hate to use the word hating on you because, you're actually taking a chance. You're taking a risk to be this. And, like, it's paying off for you.
You know why it worked? Because I didn't want it to work. I didn't expect it to work. I didn't try it to work. I just put it out there. And all of a sudden, my goal is to make $1,000 a month. Boom. Right. My goal is to have my own seasoning. Boom. My goal is to have my own facility. Boom. I was like, holy shit. This is crazy.
17 products later?
17 products later.
Dude.
But it's not all about that. And it's about the Cajun culture and the enjoyment. We just went to Illinois. We had 2 events in Illinois. And these people up there, I can't tell you how many people came up with a crawfish in their hand. I've never held a crawfish. I don't know how to eat this.
Yep.
I want to learn from you.
It's a foreign object to him, man.
Yeah, and then the message you get, I've always wanted to go to Louisiana, but when I seen your videos, I'm going to stop and see you. I'm going to hit New Orleans. I'm going to hit Lafayette. I'm going to hit all the Cajun spots, but you made me do it. Thank you, and now I get to experience a Cajun experience. You're
bringing more tourism back to Louisiana, which is, I think we need that right now. You know what I mean? It's a crazy time out there. Do you feel like as an influencer now and like that's your full-time job, obviously it's a gift and a curse, right? Do you feel like it's going in the right direction for the youth? Obviously we have an agenda of wanting to help and build and obviously make money at it because everybody needs a job, but you're still changing a lot of lives.
Right.
Same is what my goal is for this. Or do you feel like social media is kind of like plaguing? Because everybody wants the instant gratification. They want what happened to you.
Right.
But they don't realize that shit doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Yeah. It's a diamond
how many hashtags? I don't care.
Yeah.
It's small victories, putting in the work, and sometimes a little bit of luck. But usually if you keep doing the same thing over and over, eventually,
Yeah, it worked. What I can tell the youth now is go get an education and do the right things. And if you want to be a social media influencer, give it a try. Be natural. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Put it out there. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But don't harp on it. If it don't work, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Don't force it.
Well, I think everybody has a talent, right? Or everybody has a gift,
Sure.
right? Like, you said like you felt like this was your calling. I have a similar feeling for myself, but I think everybody has that. It's just nobody's willing to do what it takes, man.
Exactly.
What time you wake up every day?
I wake up about 5:45.
Okay. You go to the gym, obviously.
Yep. 6:15 to about 7.
Same.
Yep.
What's after that?
After that, take a little cool down period. Our office opens at 8.
Okay.
And I'll go in there and meet customers that come in. I look at all my social media from the night before because you can tell something happened overnight.
Analytics, baby.
Boy,
oh yeah, man.
Or somebody put a disc video on your head.
Yeah.
You could always catch them that next morning. But I check all that and then make sure that's running good.
Yeah.
And then me and Jacob will go in the studio and we'll knock out some videos or go fishing, crabbing.
Right.
Go crawfishing. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. So you're basically working still, but just doing the things you love to do.
Right.
You gave yourself that financial freedom.
That's right.
But you're still creating a job for it, right?
Sure.
Because people think like you're just sitting there fishing.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the funny part. It's like, well, no, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Do you feel like, do you love what you do now?
Definitely. I don't, people, and I get this all the time. People like, we're in a restaurant, people come up, sir, I hate to bother you. Can I get a picture? Absolutely, you can get a picture. You want 2? You want 3? Mm-hmm. It's not, and they'd be like, that don't bother you? I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't have came to this public place if I didn't want people to see me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty obvious when you see me who I am.
Hell yeah.
And it's funny, we hang out with other important or, think of the word, famous people.
Yes.
And People walk right by them and like don't even recognize them. But them glasses, that hat, and this old kinky hair, get them, dude. And they come and they want a picture and they want to talk, and I take my time out and I do it for them because every picture, every fan is a smile, and that's what I enjoy.
Well, and that's somebody that actually like looks up to you and believes in you, which has got to be a great feeling. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, they actually believe in my brand.
Definitely,
that's powerful.
Right.
How many employees would you say you have all together? Because it sounds like you got a pretty big operation now.
I think I got 8 full-time employees. I mean, you got the Stalekracker side. I got one full-time employee.
Okay.
And the other side's the seasoning side. Nice. But I have a store.
Yes.
So I got an employee for the store. Then I have online merch, which I have an employee for that fills the online orders. And then I have somebody that does the distribution for Walmart, Winn-Dixie's. You know what I'm saying? So I have a person that runs my social media that checks the messages that say, hey, this Couillon's calling you out. What you gonna do?
They call that a moderator or something like that?
I don't know. I just call them.
My sister said that the other day.
I go in and say, everything good on Facebook?
Right.
Everything good. All right, thank you.
Were you into any of that stuff? Like where like for me, it's all foreign language, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to find a lot of help. Or like since you've been doing, your influence, like are you better at social media or do you still like let somebody else handle it?
I check a lot of messages. I think you can learn a lot from a video on messages, but for sure. Facebook, you got to have help. You throw a viral video on Facebook, you might have 1,500 messages the next day, but the messages are important because they might be where you buy your seasoning. Are you there next week? Can you come cook at my festival? We had this kid that got hurt. Can you do a charity? Can you send a box or something to auction off for this kid or something? So the messages are very important, and that's one thing I try to stay up on,
Right. So that's a full-time job in itself. I mean, how many followers do you have to date?
I think about 13 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
All over. All
different platforms.
Biggest platform would be TikTok.
TikToks. And and that's why I made this shirt right here. TikTok, I'm telling you, dude, they don't like me. They don't like me.
Really?
No. You can be out there in a thong shaking your booty. They ain't gonna take that down, but you kill a squirrel and clean it and show somebody how to live.
Right.
You done. Your knife's too sharp. They take you down. You know what they tell you? You violated my community guidelines. That's why I made this shirt right here. I violate community guidelines.
Well, that's why
because I'm real.
Right. That's why I was asking you earlier about social media. Obviously, I think it's a beautiful gift that we need to educate. Like this is education right here. I don't think people realize this, but podcasting is like free education for the future.
Right.
I learned how to do a lot of stuff from watching podcasts, and now I'm like implementing that in my daily life. I didn't go to college for it. I went to college for like a year and a half and I really wasn't learning as much as I needed.
Took up space like me.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So like now learning from you and other people that I've had on the show, it's like, man, I don't think people realize that they have an opportunity to educate themselves further with something like this platform or your platform or any other influencer's platform. So I feel like social media is just kind of, I don't know, man, like taking that down because you're showing people how to, cook and kill and clean something and survive. Right. Like we need more stuff like that because I don't think a lot of people know how to do that.
That's right.
Yeah. And the youth is losing that because they're all up in their phone. They don't even know how to go make a fire outside like we learned when we were kids, right?
That's right.
Flints, sticks, rocks, whatever it takes, I mean, do kids even go camping?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
They on their phones or they on their computers inside their bedroom playing Lord of the Rings. I don't know what they play.
Yeah, man. I mean, but I think what you're doing is it's brilliant, and it's crazy how a guy from Louisiana, because we don't get enough credit. I think a lot of people when they become a big influencer, famous, they want to leave Louisiana, right? And I feel like you're trying to bring it back, which I would love that because there's a lot to give here.
Yeah,
but I think it starts with like a lot of people like you, and hopefully me and others that can do that, because I mean we have a lot to offer, man.
Yeah, definitely. People are crazy about the Cajun experience.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Yes,
they all cuckoo about Cocoa Puffs about it. They want it. They want to see it. That's why the shows did so good. The alligator hunting shows and all that did so good. and people are addicted to it. That's why they come down here.
Have you thought about creating like an experience where like people get to hang out like a day in the life of Stalekracker, like go hunting, maybe go fishing, like go do like, because people watch you because they like what you're doing. Like they think it's cool that like you're doing all that. So have you ever thought about creating an experience like that, like a personal? I mean, I don't know. It's just ideas that pop in my head.
I thought about it, but how do you pick that one person? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, you could do a giveaway, to if you know, at the end of this month, this entry, you could even pick it out of a hat, dude. Yeah. If you want, however you wanted to do it. But that one lucky person, they're gonna get a goddamn experience. And to me,
you better be ready to get it, because we ain't fighting around.
Dude, and I mean, that could be something new that you're bringing to Louisiana, because it might be somebody from Canada. Sure. That would be, I think about things like that for branding, right? Like what's the future for you? Like what's your next like step? I heard some talk about like a restaurant. Is that's coming to fruition?
So I'm gonna call myself an investor.
Okay.
I got a lot of irons in the fire. I ain't got that much time, but I'm opening a restaurant in Summit, Mississippi.
Okay.
A seafood steakhouse called La Pointe, means the point. That's what I call it. The point. Yep. You know what I'm talking about, the point.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm from the West Bank.
Yeah, the best bank where the girls stink. Yeah. Gotcha. But anyway, I'm invested in it, but I will help the Cajun side of it, seafood steakhouse. And I mean, they can cook steaks. Anybody can cook a steak. Just go watch TV. Anyway, but I'm gonna help them on that. I'm gonna invest in it, and I'm excited about it. And it's gonna be in Summit, Mississippi, called La Pointe, and I will be there a lot, drinking a little whiskey and enjoying myself. And that's gonna be my relaxing restaurant where I can go and then we're gonna have an underground kind of a whiskey wine bar, cigar bar.
Nice.
VIP only. You know what I mean? Kind of gonna look like this little room right
dude,
here.
Yeah.
But it's something exciting and stuff like that 5 years ago I couldn't pay my bills. I couldn't, you know what I mean? We were struggling.
I get it, man.
And now it's like, oh man. I'm so glad I made that first video.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So take a chance in life.
Yeah.
Throw yourself out there. You might be the next Stalekracker. And I hope you are. There's a lot of people try, but they're not being themselves, and that's why it doesn't work for them.
Right. They're trying to be like a you or like someone else that they think, they look up to, instead of just being them.
That's right. You are something special for a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this world, and a lot of people will watch your videos. Put content out there, be yourself, and put good stuff out there, and it's going to work. If it don't work, there's light in the tunnel. Everybody can't be social media influencer.
Yes, sir. Before last question, before we get off air, do you think that everybody that wants to be an influencer, do you think it's like, do they need a product, or what do you like? Because I've done a lot of research to build this studio, and people are like, oh, you don't have a product. I'm like, well, yeah, I talk about people's life stories.
Right.
And to me, that's a product. But like you have an actual seasoning. You have merch. You have this. I guess like what I'm asking is, do you think developing all 17 of those products is something that you envisioned in the beginning, or you were like, hey, I'm just going to make this season and
yeah, you look at what so you say you become a social media influencer, you're getting followers, you read the comments, they're going to tell you what you need to do.
Right.
They're going to say, hey dude, you got this show, and I saw your shirt you had. Can I get 3 like it? And you're like, oh, I need to come out with shirts.
Gotcha.
And they're like, oh man, how about it? Every time I do fish fry, I put the Cajun 2-step in it. Boom. I need to make a Cajun 2-step fish fry. Every time I eat popcorn, I'm popping the 2-step on it. I need a Cajun 2-step popcorn. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you listen to your clientele.
Yeah.
Your followers is your money.
Yes.
And you follow them and you give them what they want. And then some people are like, oh, you just sell. No.
You're creating an experience.
I don't tell you to buy nothing. You buy because you want to. You buy because that's what you told me to come out with.
That's
and
interesting.
It's good price and a good product.
That's amazing, man. That's you're like one of the first people I think I've ever heard say that, because you're really trying to cater to the customer.
Yeah, well, they're gonna tell you what they want. Yeah, read the comments.
Yeah,
you do something and in a video, or you came out with a shirt, or you said something funny, and when you gotta be careful. They're gonna be like, I said this word, and they're like, bro, that'd be cool on the shirt. Listen to them. They telling you what they want. Next comment, dude, I'd buy that shirt. You better come out with that shirt, because if you don't, somebody else gonna beat you to it.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, I mean, you got the paddles, you got the merch, you got
cookbooks, children's books.
Yes.
But I'm so proud of the children's book. I got the ABCs, the Louisiana Cajun ABCs. It's pretty cool. It sells good, but it's just something that I've always will have.
Well, I know you do a lot of charity for the kids. Like, is it because you have two of your own? Like, have you just always had like that kind of heart? Because you have people that do events, but like it seems like you do a lot more of like the charities for those too.
Yeah, the kids always, until you have kids, they open up a special spot in your heart. And I got kids, and you know what? My kids are good, and I'm blessed, and I see other kids that are not, and I want them to be blessed too. And whatever I could do to bless those kids or give them all they want is a smile, man. It don't take much.
Yeah, man.
It don't take much to go out your way at an event, and you watch me, and anybody's been at an event, I go way out of my way, and I'll sit there and I'll talk to them. I'd rather talk to them than some old couillon, and I'll talk to them, and I'll arm wrestle them. I'll throw them upside down. I'll do something special. They came for a smile, and they got that smile that made me happy.
Do you did your kids help you write that book?
I mean, that's the only book I could read. ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Dad, put that in there. How often are you're competing in professional arm wrestling also?
Oh, I don't know about that, dude.
No,
I don't know. We got a little spot coming up in Dallas. We got a little super match coming.
Okay.
It's something I just, my manager, cameraman, he came to me and said, hey, I'm about to get an arm wrestle. He's 22 years old.
Nice.
He said, I'm about to start going train. I said, well, you're going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't know nothing about it. And, just working, crawfishing and fishing and just being active all your life, and you got a few little muscles. So I'm not too bad. I ain't going to win no world championship, but I have fun doing it. Well, fun. Right. I love to lose. I love to win.
Yeah.
But when I can shake a dude's hand and he got to feel the casa, dude, I give it to him. And then we have fun with it, man. It's all fun.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like a whole nother level of professionalism, right?
Yeah,
That's a dedication. Right. I mean, for you to even find time to go do those events, it's what's like your next big cooking event you have? Y'all busy all summer? Like, how's that go for you?
Yeah, we pretty much book for the year every weekend. We next weekend we'll be in Tennessee at Champions, then we jump from there back to Texas, Texas Ski Ranch. We did one there. Then we're going to Three Palms. So we just travel around cooking for these big festivals, making appearances. And, I got another company. I started it with another guy. It's the SCCA,
okay,
the Crawfish Cooking Association.
No shit.
And it's pretty cool. And I didn't notice it till last year at my event. These crawfish cookers are competitive.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the barbecue world, but there's nothing next for them. They cook there and they win. Who cares? You won at Stalekracker's cook-off.
Yeah.
But now we got a point system. We have judging.
Nice.
And now, 2025, we're going to crown the first ever crawfish king. So we're modeling off the Kansas City barbecue.
Okay.
So when you go to these competitions, you win points.
Yeah.
And you're going to go to Stalekracker's, crawfish king.
Dude.
Texas, Louisiana, where's the best one at? Well, that's where you at, cat. Bring it. And that's something that was missing in the crawfish world. Okay. And these people go all out and they cook and they show their hearts out. They do it and they win. There's nothing next. And I said, no, I can bring something next. Let's do it. And we started an association that's doing great. And
that's amazing.
We're going to crown somebody.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, is that a pretty big accomplishment for you? Like, from making a season into like starting an association for crawfish.
For crawfish,
that's
man.
Badass,
it's awesome. I just saw, sometimes you got to sit back and look at the big picture and say, something's missing here. And then, you always everybody talking that schmack. I got the best crawfish. Well, you won at your church league. That 3 people cooking. Great. Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah.
But now,
this is for the masses. And people don't lie, man. And there's so many different, flavors now.
Mm-hmm.
You have all different ethnicities cooking crawfish, and
sure.
there's all kind of like I've had it all, man. And I've been all over the world, so I've tried a lot of crazy shit. And I think it's really unique when you see like somebody from like Vietnam, in Texas, a lot of crawfish.
Call that Viet Cajun.
Yes, and on I forget what street that is in Houston, but it's like they infuse the crawfish on like the seasonings on the outside, so it's like
no shake and bake.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, man. So it's cool to see like different people like with this event. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people coming from all over.
Yeah,
like hey, try mine.
Dude, for and I'm gonna touch on this real quick. For our event we had in Kentwood, we had this our second annual crawfish festival. We had people from South Africa, Australia, Sweden, Canada, Mexico. We had 7,000 people in a town that ain't never seen that. They came there for one reason. Crawfish and a good time, and we had it. And there was no drama. It was nothing but smiles, kids. We had bull riding. We had all this stuff. And you know what? I just sat back and I smiled and said, you done it, dude. You done it.
Dude.
You brought people together to have a good time, and in a place where this world is shit right now.
Man.
This world is shit.
Yeah, man.
And nobody cared about the world at that day. Nobody cared who was this and who was that.
Because they were happy. You put a smile on their face.
And you put a smile on their face.
And you filled their bellies. That was
17,000 pounds of crawfish went down.
How many hours that took?
All day. All day. The way we do, we had the teams cook. We had somebody balling. So it's a pretty cool little process.
My dad, he used to work for a guy in West Wego, and he was balling like, big loads like that. And man, he'd get there at like 5 a.m. and I was like, damn, dude. But that's all day at the shrimp lot.
That's right.
And so I've seen him do some stuff like that, but he enjoys it like you,
right.
And it's hard to find people that are passionate about that. You know? I really appreciate you coming on the show, man.
My pleasure.
It was an honor. I finally get to meet you, and I hear a lot about you, and you are how you sound, and you are how people perceive you. So everybody talks great about you. I think you're making a big difference. We look forward to maybe seeing you one day. Invite us to a cook-off. We'll come help. You need some hands. Let us know, and maybe we'll have you back on one day. And good luck to all your endeavors, man.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the opportunity to get my story out there. And hey, it's money, dude.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Justin. If you guys like this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't know, go follow Stalekracker on all social media platforms. Have a good night.